Alrighty. So this is going to be a reading for my Capricorns. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is going to be what you're not expecting to happen. We're going to look at the time frame of October 7th through the 15th and unpredictable events that may come up, okay? So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Crystal. This is Mystical Crystal Tarot. If you want to see more of my tarot readings, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a beat. And make sure you guys hit that notification bell because I do go live randomly and answer your questions live. If you want a personal reading live and you want the answer right then and there, that is the best way to get you a reading on the spot. So definitely make sure you hit the notification bell and also make sure you guys subscribe to my website. I do sales over there, random sales, where you can get one question for $5 for a day. Or you guys can get exclusives on the discount codes and things of that nature. So everything will be in the description box. And let's go ahead and see what this time frame has in store for you guys. Okay, Capricorns? So what does October 7th through the 15th have in store for Capricorns? And I'm shuffling over here, guys. And yeah, so October 7th through the 15th for Capricorns. Ooh, okay, so we have a card that fell. And all right, so we have the conversation card. Interesting. So during this time frame, wow. Okay, a lot of messages are coming through. So the first thing, there's going to be an interesting conversation that's going to be had between you and possibly a family member or several family members. It may be more than one, but for a lot of you, I'm definitely seeing if you're like a mother, your child may be coming to you, asking you for some advice. Make sure you're coming from a place of sympathy, not judgment, okay, with whoever it is, regardless of if it's your child or anybody else, because that person may be actually coming to you for advice because they really, really are counting on it. So make sure you're coming from a place of sympathy and understanding because this person may be vulnerable. Others of you, I'm seeing more of a conversation being had with a spouse and how they communicate with you, if that makes sense. So there's going to be an interesting conversation that's going to be had for my people who are in a relationship where the communication is off. And you're finally going to be expressing to this person that, look, in this relationship, I don't feel like I'm being supported emotionally. I'm not being heard, and, basically going through the rundown of exactly what you're needing. And through this conversation, you're going to learn a lot about where your person's head is at, especially if you guys haven't had a real sit down in a while, or this is the first sit down you've had in your relationship just in general, especially if it's more fresh, okay? During the sit down, like I said, make sure you're really listening to what this person is putting down when you're presenting how you feel about the circumstance of the relationship, okay? I'm gonna fall all over the floor. And we have the gift card. So a lot of you during this time frame, I get a sense that some of you are going to actually be starting to work more. How do I say this? You're going to work towards putting your gift out in the forefront more. So this could be through entrepreneurship, through whatever creative means you may be good at. So that could be you being a tarot reader like myself, and then you decide, okay, I want to be on YouTube. I want to create my own business, or I want to create my own crystal business, or I want to create my own yoga business, whatever it may be. Some of you are going to be finally looking at ways to invest into your creatives. Also, another thing that just came through, some of you may have an interesting conversation with someone while you're out. Like you could just be out picking up some sort of delivery or something, or you could just be out and then you end up having a conversation with a stranger, and they could be just the person you needed to talk to in regards to you starting that business. And they could be somebody that works in that field. And this could give you a head start in regards to starting that business or getting into the tune of that. And this is actually a gift from the universe. They're actually going to be blessing you with an opportunity to now live in your best version, or authentic version, I should say. Not even best, but authentic version. Because we all know jobs, they kind of stunt your growth unless you're working in a job you want to be in, of course. But if you work in a job you hate, then of course it's stunting your growth. But we also have, okay, we have the despair card. So some of you are going to have to address those thoughts that you may have been having for a while that you've been trying to ignore. Capricorns, okay? Some of you have been really trying to stay super, super positive, even put on this face of everything's, good. But it's time for you to allow yourself to actually deal with what's going on mentally, then brush it off. And Capricorns, you guys are super, super good at keeping composure, regardless of what the circumstance may be. But that can also cause you to have mental breakdowns if you're not careful. And some of you are very close to a mental breakdown if you're not dealing with, like I said, the things that are, going on. Okay. All right. You can't brush it off for way, way, way too long. We also have the money card. Okay. So some of you, the problem may be that you're overthinking about finances with the things that are going on in the world right now. You may be unfortunately taking a hit because of the economy and what's going on with that. And, your job may be pretty much affected. What I will say is, if you're worried about money, the thing is, I don't think that my Capricorns should be worried per se, because some of you definitely do have money saved and put away just for an emergency. But what I will say is this is not anything to really be worried about with what's going on with your finances. It's more of giving you a view at your finances and how it may not be as stable as you thought it was. We sometimes think that things are way more stable than what they truly are until it's tested and you have to see. It's kind of like with the hurricane. You think your house is strong enough to withstand a hurricane, and then a tree falls on it. And it may have been time for that tree to move. It may have been time for you to cut, the branches off of it, whatever. So it's like certain things do have to be addressed. And unfortunately, the only way that they're able to be addressed is when it's pointed out as being an issue. Okay. We also have the death card. So I like this card. People be like, oh, death. I don't want to die. No, this is not that type of death. With the death card here, this is actually an ending to one way of being into another way of being. So with the death card here, this is transformation that's taking place. Some of you are not who you were 6 months ago, or you weren't who you are now, excuse me. Yeah, you weren't who you are now 6 months ago. And the changes and even the things that you thought were challenges that were going to stop you from growing and you thought that it was the end of the world was actually the catalyst of a new beginning. So for a lot of you, you're actually stepping through a new beginning. That's why you may be second guessing yourself, getting in your head too much with the despair card, just overthinking things. And understand that means you're really, really close to a breakthrough, or you've gotten to a point of breakthrough. That's the only reason why those thoughts are coming up. Okay. We also have the scholar card. Some of you I have several messages that came through. So some of you, what could be happening is you could be realizing what you may be going to school for right now. If you are in school, may not be something that you want to do anymore. This may have been a career move that you thought was going to be something that you were fully interested in long term. And then as you're in school for like maybe 2 years, 3 years, you could be realizing, I don't know if I really want to do this anymore. Others of you who aren't in school at all, you could be taking the initiative to actually learn some other skill, or wanting to learn some other skill that can make you more money, whether this is real estate investing, investing in stocks, Forex, how to start a candle business. Like, it's just research energy I'm getting here. And during this time frame, you're going to learn a lot. And you're going to actually learn, for some of you who've been actually wanting to start a business for a while, that this mindset of, oh, I can't start that business, it's going to take too much work, is actually false. All through you doing the necessary research, you're going to learn that. Okay? But this is what I see. Thank you so much, Capricorns, for watching this. I hope you were able to take something from this reading. If you did, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Again, if you want a personal, check that information out in the description. Everything actually to reach me will be in that one link. You click it, and I promise you it's like a magic link. It has everything as far as my social media handles and all that stuff listed there, okay? Thank you, and I will see each and every one of you in the next one.